That's tapped out. 43. That cost us 3% battery. Dude, holy shit. You just put it where you want it. It just does what you ask. It's a different experience. It's very, how do I say this? So it's like, it feels familiar, but also very different. The power, dude, the speeder bike power, I'm telling you. That's some chunky shit. Oh, look at this fucking drop off. More shit, more shit. Bang, this thing is so light, dude. Just put it wherever you want it. Like on the ground. These are very fun. Like I would, if they were like, hey, do you want one of these for a year? I would say yes immediately. Good morning, friends, and welcome to Texas. I'm just outside of Burnett, Texas, the site of the Tura Texas Rally, which I will be staying for. But first, I'm here with Zero, and this is the North American launch of their XB and XE dirt bike line. These are both bikes I've been very excited about getting my hands on since I learned about them at the AIM Expo earlier this year. But all part of their access initiative that was designed to deliver lower cost electric bikes to help encourage people to come in and give EVs a try. So this is a couple fully featured dirt bikes, and they're coming in incredibly cheap. The XB, which is the one I'm most excited about, it's 240 pounds, has a 60-mile range, but it has a hot swappable battery. They both do, which in my opinion is the solution to one of the biggest complaints people have about electric motorcycles. But the XB is like 6,500, and the XE that we're riding this morning is like 6,200. No, sorry, 40. The XE that we're riding this morning is like 4,200. So very accessible electric bikes. Super excited to get out. It's all torque, and I think the biggest question I'm wanting to answer is, how does a bike like this, a bike that weighs 130 pounds, handle a rider that weighs more than double that? So we'll find that out today. I'm wondering if we can find the limits of the suspension, but we're going to go on a little hayride first, because here at ATX they share the land here with some government training facilities, and so they're literally like doing helicopter machine gunning stuff on part of the ranch today, so we can't ride through it. We have to take the hay bale. We have to take the hayride trailer around, so that'll be fun. But excited to get out this morning. It is the XB, the smaller one, the 140-pound, 40-mile range, $4,200. And I'll correct this on the screen if I'm misremembering, but this is like a mountain bike on steroids with an insane amount of torque. It's going to be really fun to put this thing through the paces. And apparently we're headed out to the challenge course, which was designed by the guy that designed the Romaniacs course. So I may die this morning and may not get to the XB. We'll see. Or may not get to the XE, but we'll see. We'll see. We are traveling in the most Texas way possible. Well, that would be horses, probably. Second most Texas way possible. We're an old-fashioned hayride. Good times. If it can handle me, it can handle anybody.
Yeah, that wasn't a part of the thing.
Apparently there's an influencer event later this week. I somehow ended up with actual journalists, so this will be a trip. This XB, first impressions, very bouncy. I feel like I'm going to break it. I need to get the preload adjusted down probably, but we'll see. It might surprise me. Holy shit. This thing rips. So, rear brake is on the handlebars. Oh my god, standing is a trip too. So it's very, very mountain bikey. Like, that's what I'm feeling at the moment. It feels like, this does not feel like a motorcycle. I mean, it's 140 pounds, right? So this is like, you know, what they used to get around the pits. It's like Surani. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate me mentioning the competitor, but that, like, if you know what a Suron is, that's what kind of bike this is. Oh, but it eats the bumps pretty well. It's just trippy, like, super freaking weird. Like, it's so light. It feels like a bicycle for sure. Let's try sitting. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that brake's gonna take some getting used to. This is a little bit like exercise. It's definitely not comfortable. Like, it's not a sit on it all day and cruise bike. This is a, you know, trials bike essentially in terms of weight and suspension and capability and freaking riding position. Yeah, not having a rear on my foot is weird. I'm gonna get tired this morning. Haven't bottomed it though, that's something. That's something. Oh, you can definitely just throw it where you want it. They were saying that to the tall guys, like, you got to be careful because the seat is super short, and if you get back at all, then you're gonna flip it. You're gonna you're gonna loop it. Not shifting is super weird too. Yeah. Oh yeah. I keep going for that brake. It just isn't there. It just isn't there. Huh. Super. This is a trip. Dude, these things absolutely rail corners. Like, it sticks like glue. Crazy. Look at Joe. There it is. So a big question, especially with someone my size on it, is how's the charge going to hold up? We're down 8% already. We've been riding for 10, maybe 15 minutes, so we'll see. Dude, it just sticks. Like, you could build a lot of overconfidence on this. It's just not heavy enough to slide sideways when I take a corner super fast. It's nuts. I mean, and I'm, again, not a dirt bike guy, so maybe these are normal dirt bike things. Not for the ones I've ridden. I mean, they're better at it than the big heavy bikes, but whoa, the XE is going to feel huge after riding this. I don't hear that very often. Oh wait, yes I do. That's tapped out. 43. It's definitely full throttle. That cost us 3% battery. The silence is so cool too. Like, just hearing gravel crunching under your tires, that's one of the big appeals of electric bikes for me. That and the freaking torque, dude. Huh. It's not bad sitting down, actually. The suspension's very bouncy, like it's got a lot of travel with me on it, but it's, as a result, eating up a lot of the big bumps at speed. I'm pleasantly surprised, and this is not the upgraded suspension, this is the stock suspension. Okay, update, 20 minutes, maybe 10 miles. We've used up about 25% of a battery. So, yeah, a little heavy on the throttle. All right, so sport mode doesn't feel like it has any more top end. It just feels like it wants to give you more torque right off the hop, like it's gonna spin the tire up if you want it to. Oh, dude, and it's got great torque with my fat ass on it. Like, I just crawled up that hill instead of momentum. I used engine power. Yeah, this side's definitely steeper. This thing is a trip, bro. What? Okay, yeah, you can tuck the front. The tires have limitations, it seems. Of course, it helps if you, do proper technique. That was a lot better. I wasn't leaning it before. Bro, this thing's rad. Yeah, I'm no dirt bike connoisseur, but this would be perfect. Like, a perfect amount of power and super fun for a lot of people, like, especially if you're just getting started or you want to get your kids out there riding dirt. What a great bike to learn on. And it's so cheap. And like, the thing you got to think about, and I didn't really realize until I actually was watching a reel yesterday. A dude was talking about how much he likes his Stark Varg because he's done 0 oil changes, cleaned 0 air filters. Like, the maintenance is a whole other thing, dude. Ooh, there's a sand pit. Holy shit, dude. It just eats it. I can't imagine with the upgraded suspension what it must be like. Let's do the sand. Why not? Light bike in the sand is fun. Oh yeah, dude, holy shit. You just put it where you want it. It just does what you ask. I'm curious how the upgraded suspension handles my fat assery. Oh my god, immediate difference. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Definitely the upgraded suspension is noticeably better. A lot less bouncing. So if you're heavier, worth considering. This is the challenge course set up for Tour of Texas. We can only run it once, and by we I mean everyone else, because I'm not going to. I am going to film it though. Ah!
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to be really good.
This is my stunt rider. Just pretend it's me. Pretty capable little bike though. Decent suspension for something so small. That's Adam Wahid. So the morning was amazing. Went out on the XB, checked out the challenge course and all the obstacles they have here. And this afternoon we're going on a trail ride on the XE. So the XE is the bigger, more powerful version. It costs a little bit more. It's like $6,500, and it has, I think, 90 miles of range and just like an insane 400 pound-feet of torque. So it's 239 pounds, I want to say. So lighter than pretty much any dirt bike I've ever ridden. And just gobs of power and torque. I'm excited to get out on it and excited to ride. So we're gonna do some single track, I guess, up to a cool lookout. So that should be a blast. Looking forward to it. Let's do some riding. There it is, the beautiful XE. This one's a lot more dirt bike size for normal sized human beings. So this will be fun. So the mode selector button's here, and it's just sport, eco, and standard. I will tell you that even on the little bike, sport was very twitchy off the throttle, but didn't seem to have much more power once you got rolling. So on this bike, at least to start out, I'm going to keep it in standard. We're at 95%, and according to this clock, it's 7:49 p.m. In real life, it's 1:32, but I'm always interested in how the range works out. This one has a much bigger battery, but it's also heavier and goes faster, so we'll see how it does. You guys are going to ask, I know, because it's already come up in the comments on my Instagram post. There is no street legal version of this bike yet, and there's nothing officially planned, but it just seems like it'd be silly not to throw some turn signals on it and come out with a street legal one. I mean, it's not going to be your all-day commuter, but if you need to connect trails or if you live close to the trails like I do, honestly, being able to take it on the road for a little bit wouldn't be terrible. Holy shit, this thing is a lot faster than the other one. The other one was full throttle, kind of riding a 300. This is definitely, you're going to have to modulate it some. Oh yeah, the ass just hopped sideways freaking 2 feet, bro. This dust is garbage. It's a different experience. It's very, how do I say this? I'm doing all the things I do when I ride a motorcycle, right? Leaning and turning and standing up, and oh, the suspension's way stiffer actually. Oh yeah, good golly. But it's also super trippy in that I'm not shifting because there's only one gear. Ooh, this is chunky, bro. This is a pace for this. I'm gonna have to crank the suspension down some, actually. Holy shit. Oh, it's so crazy through the sand, you don't even notice it, dude. So it's it feels familiar, but also very different, which is not helpful at all, but that's what I'm feeling in my brain right now. Familiar, but very different. It's almost dangerous because some of your instincts don't apply. Dude, this sand is deep. But this thing, I'm not even noticing it. It's not piling up in front of the front at all. Wonder why that is. Smaller tire? Am I just plowing through it with pure electric torque? What's the difference? Ooh, shit. Yeah. It's definitely, suspension is a cut above the other one, obviously. Yeah, it's much stiffer. I'm feeling the bumps a lot more, honestly. Like I said, I would like to cut it down some. Loosen it up. I cranked it up assuming it wouldn't be good, but... Did you center it a little too hard? So I am really curious about how the slow speed handling is. I was playing around with it, doing some slow race stuff, just right there in the driveway. And to go slow, you really just got to stand on the brake. And by stand on, I mean hold it down. See, I can't even say the terms right because it's familiar but different. Yeah, so weird. Definitely miss my rear brake. That's an adjustment. If they offered it as an option, I would ask for it. I'd put it on. The power, dude, the speeder bike power, I'm telling you. It's like riding a speeder bike. These electrics are something else. That's some chunky shit. Oh, look at this fucking drop off. Oh, it's a great test of the suspension. Yeah, it is. Ooh. More shit, more shit. Bang! It's a skid plate. It's a skid plate. Whoa! Tried to go sideways there. Don't like the look of this route at all. Gnarly deep sand. Holy shit. Yeah, there's really no place to sit down on these trails. All right. I love it out here on this fast gravel road stuff. It's amazing. Oh, through the sand even, not terrible. I don't know if I love it in the single track. Definitely fighting it a lot. Even in eco mode, it's just without having the clutch to smooth out acceleration. It's just a different skill set, which I just haven't developed, obviously. But, hopefully eventually could, theoretically. Definitely, again, it's that same but different thing I was talking about. God, ripping one of these all day on a BDR would be amazing. Just listening to the sounds. They don't have the range. The DSRX kind of does. And that's the big elephant in the room, always, is range and charging anxiety. And that's partially solved by these with that hot swappable battery that Brian was demonstrating. I've been waiting for that forever. Like, why do we have to sit and wait for electric vehicles to charge? Why can't we just swap the batteries out like a propane exchange and keep going? Then they're always sitting there charging. But so this is a step in the right direction, but the battery is almost $3,000. So you're almost buying a second bike. It's almost cheaper to buy a second bike. Not quite, but buy a second bike, then you have two, and you can use the other battery. It's a better value, I should say. It's not cheaper, but it's definitely a better value if you do it that way. Maybe that's what they're going for. But with two batteries, you could trail ride this all day, all morning, come back to camp, swap it out, go ride all afternoon, easy peasy. Now we're off on the big trail ride to Decision Point, which is supposedly technical and steep. I mean, the highest point on this ranch and in this county, I believe, is about 125 feet, so we'll see how steep. But I'm not going to underestimate it. I'm not going to get all arrogant PNW-er. No, sir. But more my favorite kind of scenario. Ooh, she's a jumper. And she wants to be. I gotta get farther forward. That would help a lot, actually. Ooh. For the trail riding stuff, I actually kind of preferred eco mode because it's just less of a hit off the throttle. But I gotta tell you, the biggest surprise so far of today, I came in really excited about the XE, which is what I'm on now, and like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll try the other one. I'm leaving here thinking I would rather buy the XB. It was way fun because it's just full throttle all the time. It's like riding a slow bike fast. And this, I gotta like think about it and work a little. And I'm just not that crazy hard of a rider necessarily. So the other one is like, that's a bike I can ride to 100% of what it can do, which is super fun to me. So I don't know. I mean, it's a hell of a lot cheaper and lighter, easier to like, I was thinking like throw on the back of the 4Runner because it's only 150 pounds. So like it wouldn't screw up anything but departure angles, to be honest. I don't think the suspension would even notice it was back there. And you could get deep into some places and camp and ride off of that thing. I don't know, pretty slick. And I was like, in my head, I'm puzzling out how to rig up a charging setup off of the rig while it's running. Not quite there yet, but there's definitely a few options. Maybe even off a solar panel or something, although I bet it would be painfully slow. Because I think their slowest charger is 800 watts, and I've only got 200 watts of solar right now. I'd have to get a hell of a lot more. I'm not exactly sure how all that works, to be perfectly honest. But anyway, my big takeaway is that little XB is a hell of a lot of fun.
And I could get it and an extra battery for less than this thing cost. This bike is super awesome too, and the suspension's definitely stiffer and better for harder stuff. But I didn't manage to bottom the other even on the standard suspension, so I don't know, man. Seems like they can take a lot of abuse. They've raced them a lot lately and really kind of put them through their paces. I think they're pretty sturdy little machines. There's not a lot of moving parts to break, so. Oh, okay. Or I could definitely just eat shit because I'm not far enough forward. Thinking too much. Well, they were saying it got kind of hard scrabbly. I think we found it. Part of it, anyway. Oh. We already at the good shit? 2 deck P. I'm gonna guess yes. This is fun. I need pictures of this. Super cool. Rocky, Dr. Scott, Brad. It's like a road, dude. It's like a f***ing road. Oh, my f***ing pants are falling down, I'll tell you that. Yeah, they bring big bikes up here. Interesting. Still trying to use the rear brake like a clutch. It doesn't work. Just get your hand off it, dude. Yeah, the suspension's definitely too stiff for me right now. It's just bouncing me all over. But again, that's a function of no momentum. Yeah. Ooh, somebody clipped a cactus, not good. Holy fucking shit. This thing is so light, dude. Just put it wherever you want it. Like on the ground. Yep. Jesus. Oh, it's light. Easy to pick up. Yeah, just too much throttle. In the corner. Golden. Sandy, bro. Sandy, bro. Jesus Christ. It's gnarlier than I expected.
This is decision point. And the story is the owner was like building this path here and deciding as he was building it, he figured when he got to the end he would decide if he was going to propose. And then they got married up here. So pretty cool. It's the highest point in this county, which I'm again trying not to laugh at, but to each their own. You can see the lake, pretty cool.
It's crazy, it's like 90 something right now.
Oh, it's so much smoother on that sand when you, is it this way? Yeah, when you give it gas, stay on the throttle. Okay, yeah, okay. That's about where I crashed, actually. Ooh, nice little ledge there. Oh no, I crashed up around this corner. That's right. Right here, this was my corner. So exciting. Nothing even bad, I just got all the weight off the rear and gave it too much gas. And by gas, I mean electricity. Ooh, it's a fun little playground. Aight. Alright, so we're headed back. It's been a long day of riding, just like really good, but I am exhausted because we've been riding like actual hard stuff, like technical, like this is a level 3 route, I guess, that they take people, the experts on at the rally. So in terms of off-road capability, obviously the highest marks possible for these. Honestly, both of them. This one's better because it has a ton more power. But I've been thinking about it, and I think this one is more like a 400, 450 type power. You know, like there's the 250s, like I've ridden the 250F, and I think the XB power-wise and just sort of comfort and ease of riding and like, you know, the amount of like the way it takes care of you, like it's really hard to get out of control on it. The XB reminds me of like the 250F. And honestly, first I thought this was going to be like the 250RX I rode, and it does feel like that a little. But honestly, I think it's more like a 450. Like, and I don't have a ton of experience with those, so grain of salt the whole thing. But it really just has a lot of power. And if you really get into it, you can really take advantage of it. But for me, I just end up working a lot more versus the XB, where I'm just like, ha ha ha, full throttle all day. It's like racing Mario Kart on 150cc versus 50cc. So to each their own, but there's a lot to like here, and I think I like what these bikes mean for electric, because a lot of people shit on electric, and I don't really want to get into that whole political discussion. It's nobody's coming for your two strokes. They may stop selling them, but no one's going to take away the one in your garage, so you don't have to be so afraid of electric. But there are a lot of advantages here, a lot of things I like. I don't ride with music or anything in the woods. I like to hear the woods, and an electric bike just makes that 10 times better. But I think the biggest concern, like I mentioned earlier, has been, you know, charging. And it's like, okay, you've got 90 miles of range, but then what? And a lot of the other electric bikes, that's it, right? You got to put it on the charger, you're done for the day. And while these hot swappable batteries are not what I would call cost effective, the fact that they exist, I feel like, is a step in the right direction. And the other huge thing here is that this bike, this XE, is $6,500. Like, for a brand new electric dirt bike with, you know, a decent amount of power, pretty good stock suspension, honestly, you could easily ride this stock and do some gnarly shit. And, you know, you never have to do an oil change. You never have to change an air filter. You never have to repack a muffler, nothing. And, you know, you don't have to go to the gas station. You just charge it in your freaking garage. There's a lot to like there. That's just my opinion. So kudos to Zero for realizing that one of the big barriers to electric motorcycles is it's just too damn expensive, and coming out with some actually affordable yet seemingly pretty damn good quality electric dirt bikes, and putting them in our hands so we could tell you about them. Just, these are very fun. Like, I would, if they were like, hey, do you want one of these for a year? I would say yes immediately. Either one. They're both really fun. So a lot to like here. A lot to like. And my biggest takeaway of the day is that I like that XB a lot more than I thought I was going to. And, you know, it's giving me ideas about putting it on forerunners and doing dumb shit, you know? So, thanks, Zero, for that. But obviously this is not a review. I only had one day with these bikes, kind of a first impressions, and I just wanted to bring you along for some of the cool riding here at the Reveille Ranch. But thanks again to Zero for bringing me out. I'm excited about these bikes. I would not be shocked if one of them ended up in my garage at some point. I know I love every bike that I ride, but, you know, in terms of just a dicking around bike, like to get around Touratech and, you know, take it trail riding if you want to, you could literally pick it up, the XB, and put it in the back of your truck. You don't even need like a carrier. I could put it on my roof rack, for Christ's sake. There's a lot to like there. So who knows? Who knows? Oh, and battery update. I mean, it's been hours of riding out here, 2 or 3, and I'm down 40% on this one. So I don't know how many miles that was, but we did all that slow crawling up the hard rock stuff, and I'm, you know, a pretty heavy rider for this bike, so it probably takes more battery, but 40%. So, you know, that's a half a day of riding, 40%. use, so he could definitely do a full day on this bike semi-comfortably. So yeah, that's where my head's at right now. I'm pretty tired, wiped out. I definitely got out of riding shape since the Idaho BDR. I feel like I've kind of been taking it easy. This all-day riding is more tiring than I remember it being. But I'm gonna head back to camp. Very cool event. Thanks Zero for inviting me out. I'll put links on their website so you can check out these bikes. Pretty excited about them, and thanks to all of you for watching. I appreciate you, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.
Excellent!